We have a new sound to learn for today. Listen as I make this sound. D, 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 d. You make that sound with me. D, 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 d. As you are making that sound, I want you to be thinking about what is happening with your mouth as you are making this sound. D, 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 d. I could feel the front of my tongue tapping up behind my top teeth. D, d, d. I tapped my tongue again and again because I can't stretch this one out. This is one of our quick sounds. The motion that goes with this sound is you're going to pretend your thumb and your first two fingers are the duck bill in front of your mouth and open and close them like this. D, 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 d. We are going to meet Daniel, the Dalmatian, dog. Daniel, Dalmatian, dog. He likes to dive in the pond with the ducks. Do you hear when you start Daniel, dog, and duck, the sound? Let's watch a short video about our new friend and see if we can guess what his favorite sound is.
Hello, I'm Daniel the Dalmatian dog. I live in Dover, Delaware, and I like to eat dozens of delicious donuts. My favorite sound is D.
Now we're going to listen to and watch a story about our new friend so we can learn more about him. Listen carefully for his favorite sound, D. Say that sound with me. D, d, d.
Daniel is a Dalmatian dog from Dover, Delaware. He dreamed of days when he could doze dreamily in the den, devour dozens of donuts, and defeat video games. One day, his dad dragged Daniel to the dog park. Daniel decided to try diving, and he found it delightful. Daniel dragged his donuts and videos to the dump and spent his days diving instead.
Did you notice that a lot of the words in Daniel's story had his favorite sound, d? Let's try to remember some of the things we heard about our new friend, Daniel, the Dalmatian dog. All the answers will start with Daniel's favorite sound, d. Is Daniel a poodle or a Dalmatian? Dalmatian. Where did Daniel doze during the day? The den or bedroom? Den. How many donuts did Daniel devour? Hundreds or dozens? Dozens. Who dared Daniel to try something new? His mom or dad? Dad. How does Daniel spend his days? Diving or swimming? Diving. So we just talked about Daniel, the Dalmatian dog. What is this? What is the first sound in duck? Right, duck starts with D, and these are the letters that say the sound or spell the sound D. This is what it looks like when we write d down the sound d. The name of these letters is D. D says d, like at the beginning of d, duck. This one is the capital D, and this one is the lowercase d. This is the one we will see most of the time, so we'll just call it D. Let's practice the motion that we learned to help us remember the sound. Remember, pretend your thumb and your first two fingers are a d duck bill in front of your mouth, opening and closing. D, 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 d. What is the name of this letter? D. And what is the sound we've learned that can be spelled by D? D. D. Doghouse. B. Book. Which of these begins with the sound the letter D makes? D. D. Doghouse starts with the sound D. The letter D. T. Town. D. Desk. Which of these begins with the sound the letter D makes? D. D. Desk starts with the sound D, and D is spelled with the letter D.